Building a brand that competes is one of my favorite subjects. And right now we're going to spend a little time on it, but in future modules, we're going to have a full, complete breakdown of brand development and what that means to you and your business. Now, I'm a very big believer. I'm standing here in front of you with a Freedom t-shirt on and a Freedom hat on, right? And I'm a very big believer that no one will promote your brand the way that you promote your brand. There's nothing more important than letting people know who you are. You cannot run around town, and you've heard many coaches and many mentors say this, you cannot run around town being a secret agent. You gotta leave that to the CIA and the FBI, let them have the secret agents. But you, my friends, you need to be loud and proud. You need to have t-shirts with your logo on it, hats with your logo on it, jackets with your logo plastered across the back. This kind of stuff is critical to your business because you have to be the walking billboard that has developed your brand. Now, we're gonna go into some quick little things because your brand is gonna be associated to you. Now, I'm a lunatic, guys. I wear my brand everywhere and all the time, and I've tattooed it on my arm. You don't have to take it that far, but it's gotta mean something to you. See, if you're into, say, butterflies, like my wife is, my wife's into butterflies. Her brand could have something to do with butterflies, right? I know that looks more like a bat, but you know, bear with me, right? Or maybe you're into plants. Maybe your brand has something to do with a flower, right? Or maybe you like the luxury look and you've got bold, strong letters and they're black and gold and it has a plaque on it with little rivets and just beautiful. Maybe you're a metal worker and you want to have a silver background so it looks like it's sitting on this big metal placard, right? Guys, brand is critical because brand is recognizable. When you see an Apple, you know exactly what you're getting. When you see a Nike swoosh, you know exactly what you're getting, right? When you see a New York Yankees logo, you know that you're facing a historic team. There are so many things that brand associates to, but here's the most important thing. Brand associates to how it makes people feel. How does a brand make you feel? Now, many of you may not have thought about that, but when I see a Samsung logo, well, I kind of feel like I don't want to be involved unless it's a TV. When I see an Apple logo, well, I know that's the computer. I feel like if I buy an Apple computer or an Apple phone, that I'm getting a quality product. Now, some of you may look at it the complete opposite way. Some of you may have Samsung phones or Windows phones that flip open and do all kinds of cool stuff with folding screens and all this other stuff. I just don't need it. I like the operating system of the Apple. So it makes me feel like, one, it's easy. Two, I know how to use it. Three, it's compatible with everything I have. It's its own ecosystem. How do you feel when you look at specific brands like Nike or your favorite baseball or football team, right? Or your favorite phone product, or maybe your favorite type of sneakers. It could be Adidas, it could be anything. All of them have brands that have developed. Home Depot, you know the sounds, you know the songs, right? How can we take who you are, turn it into logo? Because logo is not brand. Logo is brand recognition. How do we turn it into colors? Right? How do we turn it into a color? How do we associate it with you? How do we associate it with you? Right? And then, how do we reach the public with it? And when we reach the public, how do we make them feel about it? When I look at your logo in your community, Am I feeling like if I call you, I will get the necessary attention, care, and the most money for my house when I sell it? Do I feel that? You know, we have a local hospital here in South Florida, and their logo is a little pineapple. And I know that if I go to an urgent care with that pineapple in the front, I'm going to receive a certain level of care, and I'm going to be very well taken care of. That's how you want people to feel about your logo, your brand, and your brand development. Now, why did we put some brand development in this section? A section called competition? Because your brand needs to stand out significantly more than your competitors. And there are many ways to do this, and some of your competitors may have more money than you, so they might have more ads running, or they might have more bus benches than you do, but it doesn't mean that you can't get in front of more consumers than they can. We'll talk about that more in marketing sections, but it's important to know that, because I don't want you to get discouraged immediately and say, well, my competitor sells 1 million homes a month, and so he makes $1 trillion a day, and so how am I supposed to compete with that? There's plenty of ways to compete with it. There are companies that have started from ground zero, and now they're in your home. You need to be everyone's home realtor. Let's help you get there.